It's showtime.
Welcome back to Mufc Realist TV and Beat the Press. Here are our top stories for our news show today. Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos, 25% sporting control of Manchester United, backfires among Manchester United fans with great concern. Are they setting up Ten Hag for failure? We have a fresh report claiming that Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants to force two high earners out of Manchester United to save money. It is disgrace, as it involves our best players, Casimiro and Rafael Varane. We will also debunk Antony Martial exit to Fenerbahçe. Is it too good to be true or just paper talk? Finally, Dialo shuts down lies about his Manchester United future after loan move claim made. Please stay tuned to find out these top stories with your host, Mick Ruby. Welcome to Beat the Press. Here we go.
Okay, let's go.
And good morning, people. We are live. Welcome back to the Beat the Press. Fantastic. How are you doing this morning? And we have a lot of things to cover today, guys. We'll get to your comment section today, but we're going to have 5 stories we're going to talk to you about today. First and foremost is Sir Jim Ratcliffe failing Erik Ten Hag in the transfer window in general. What about, he wants Casemiro out and Varane saving about £350,000 per week for Casemiro, and also what was that, 344 was it Varane as well. And top story then on number three, Antony Martial, of course, Fenerbahçe 7 million. We will debunk that story as well, guys. And what about story number 4? Dialo slams Centre Devil and Sky News, calling it fake news. Stop the lies. And bonus story of the day is 100% Hannibal Mejbri. What is his status? Well, will he go? Will he go to Sevilla? Will he go to Everton? Big up, guys. Big up. Let's get into the show. And shout you all out. Who is in the house, guys? Who is in the house? Big up Mick, Imran Khan, and Jarvis. Jarvis is not here, unfortunately, but it's only Mick here in the studio and producer Mark in the background. We have Jarle Mamin saying, oh gosh, then Mbappe has agreed a contract with Real Madrid. We always knew he will go there. He gets about 150 million to sign-on fee and 26 years contract, which is about 350k less a week than first reported. News from Foot Mercato. Guys, you are so brilliant, that brilliant community providing us news and breaking news. Alan here is here. Casemiro Varane going nowhere. That's what I'm saying too, guys. That's what I'm saying too. Compost Smurf, big up to you. Good morning to you, sir. Just got a migraine listening to United stand for 2 minutes. Ooh, you know what, Compost? There's always a mute button. Just a piece of advice. There's a mute button. Gihan Oitz is saying, get Maguire, McTominay out ASP. We're going to talk about that too. Why? We're going to talk about the wage bill in general. Good morning, Mick. And VR Rooms for Stephanie Griffith is here. Ashid Miadi say, good morning, guys. We have so many people tuning in. Kev McGee, morning, guys, as well. Good morning. What are you having for drinks? I'm having my double espresso. I love a double espresso in the morning. You know what I mean. So, guys, before we continue as well, don't forget to give us a little bit of a cheeky like and subscribe to this video, as it's so important for this overall channel. I mean, I keep reiterating saying that, every time, ha, 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 you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, your like buttons helps this video and grows us community to promote in that YouTube algorithm jungle to actually be seen and watched by others. But also retweet this video. You can see it in the comment section pinned there. There is the link for this tweet for this link. So please give us a retweet as well, and we might shout you out at the end of the show. Good morning to you, Bestie, as well. How you doing? Bestie? All best to you, my friend. How's things in New York? Morning all, Alan. Hey, and morning to you as well, Alan, as well. Who else? We can all see each other in the chat. And good morning, Compost. And that's about it. We have 11 likes so far. So get those likes going. Lewis Green coming in and say, good morning, my MUC Realist TV. Good morning to you, Lewis Green, as well. Guys, fantastic. How is your Monday blues today? We are playing football tonight. And perhaps we might talk a little bit about who is available, who will play, who will what your score prediction will be. But that's kind of a little bit of a later on the show. So, guys, let's dive right into this story. Let's do this. Listen, Jim Ratcliffe, what's going on here? What is going on with Jim Ratcliffe? Why does he want Erik ten Hag to fail? It's a big question. I mean, this is a story that's, honest to God, we need to talk about, right? He's looking to offload approximately 90 million, or reports are saying that he's looking to offload about 60 million this season, from January on to the summer. And of course, you got to look at the high wage bill earners. And the high wage bill earners, according to my opinion, if you look here, right now, if you look at this table, Casemiro is the highest earner in Manchester United, earning a weekly salary of £350,000 per week, following by Rafael Varane on £340,000 per week. But the irony thing is, you have Marcus Rashford that hasn't produced nothing, sitting on £300,000 per week, and Antony Martial, which we're going to talk about as well, sitting on £250,000 per week, followed by the shambles signing of, Mason Mount, guys. So, according to my opinion, this is kind of the reason why I think and personally believe that, he wants to trim the yard to look the bush, to look the grass be bigger. We're going to get Manscaped, people. We are 100% getting Manscaped. And I want to hear your thoughts and opinions regarding this. What are you thinking? Is this the right move? Is he setting up Ten Hag for failure? I certainly believe so, right? There is no value in the market, but they're saying. Basically, they are loaning up and potentially selling our youth academy players. We're talking about Hannibal Mejbri potentially going to Everton, maybe a free signing, maybe a loan deal to Everton and Sevilla. We're talking about even rumors of, Amad Dialo going out, but he slams that lie stories as well. Alvaro Fernandez potentially being bought up by Benfica for 7 million. This is absolutely ridiculous. So that leaves Ten Hag with a thin squad and with the same old fucking trash players that's been there since dinosaur ages. We're talking Luke Shaw, Scott McTominay. We're talking about Harry Maguire and all that gash players that cannot even put crosses into the box. You're talking about Pelistri as well. That was the only one that could put in a cross to the box. They're also talking about swapping Elise for what? Aaron Wan-Bissaka in the summer. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, with all glory, best defender on 1v1 defender, and the only one that actually goes and crosses the ball in or puts the passes in the cutback passes in for somebody to shoot, but there's nobody there. So for me, according to my opinion, it is a little bit of a shambles, people. I mean, fair and square, the 25% Ratcliffe, marginal adjustments or marginal improvements. Yeah, it's yet to be proven, but it's caused a little bit of a panic frenzy within the fan base. Is this the right move? What do we know? What are their intention? They don't have any money into the market. They have not been ratified, approved yet, so they will not have an impact in the January window. Until then, we know the elephants is still in the room. We talked about John Murta is still there, calling the shots with Joel Glazer. And obviously, they have no money. So it's all about the outs. It's all about trimming getting Manscaped to trim the overall squad. But at the same time, you're setting the KPIs on Erik ten Hag to say, listen, we expect you, we've been watching you, we want you to make top 4. But, it's like you pissing against the wind, being tied up behind a tree and try to sort of chase that ball, try to kick it, but you're stuck. You're stuck in quicksand. And is it fair against Ten Hag? But at the end of the day, they're going to pin it on Erik ten Hag, But you got to wake up, smell the coffee to understand where the root cause analysis is. It's not Ten Hag's fault, but he will be the fall guy. So are they setting up him for failure? Let me know in the chat below. Smash a 1 if you think that Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the Glazers are setting up Ten Hag for failure by thinning his squad. Or 2, you think he should still go in the summer. According to my opinion, if you look at the overall situation in the season, I mean, we've been complaining about injuries, but goddamn, all of a sudden, we got players coming back, and what happens? Are we going to compete for the rest of the season? Are we going to make top 4? With what? With what? With a thinner fucking squad. I mean, I'm sorry for swearing. This hurts. This definitely hurts, guys. And to see this happening right here, right now, it is such a shambles, people. It is absolutely disgraceful, according to my opinion. If you go to this story here to say, look at Casemiro, right? He wants to get rid of Casemiro. What for? Casimiro, Ratcliffe has identified one player with the tooth and nail wages. Basically, it's all about trim the yard to look to look everything bigger. We're talking about saving approximately with Varane and Casemiro. Okay, Casemiro has 2 years left on the contract. Varane has 1 year left on the contract. If you do your maths and calculation, that is roughly £90 million they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay. And play with what? One-legged Scott McTominay? A young Kobe Mainu that's just been bledded in? Hell no. Guys, we got to let our voices heard. Like, let I want to hear for you guys. One is what 107S is saying. Mark Davis is saying one. Ellen Hayes is saying one. Stephanie Griffin is saying 43 watching. Get those 30 likes up. Please get those likes up as well. You all can see us. I didn't know Jim was an expert when it comes to football. No, true that. But he's an expert with Dave Brailswell to optimize the squad, to do the, what do you call it? Strategical review. Who is worth to keep and who is what? Listen, if you are a fucking Manchester United fan, what you claim you are, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, I'm sorry to be on a tangent right here. You should know who to keep and who to fail, and who to ship up ASAP. But obviously, if you're not watching Manchester United, you wouldn't have a clue. You wouldn't even need to have this strategic review. You would just look at, okay, Marcus Rashford, we're getting £300 per week. Ship him off. You're not performing. No, we got to look at the foreign players. We're looking at the Casemiro, 350, Varane, 340. What kind we're going to play? You claim to be a Manchester United long-time supporter, but have you ever had a season ticket? No, you bought a season ticket for Chelsea. Come on, man. Get me a break. Drink some more coffee, Mick. I'm getting upset. Sorry for a Monday morning. Sorry. I want to bring in Mark here because I want to hear his opinion. What is the VR room saying, Mark? Good morning to you, mate. Oh, you're on mute, my friend.
Oh,
I can't.
good morning, everybody. How are you doing, guys? Yeah, it's one of those things, Mick, because I'm thinking the same thing as you. Like, even I have a season ticket I share with a friend, and I'm not even from England. So it's like, for me, it's like if he was a fan, he would know exactly what to do with the club. That's why I'm kind of afraid. I like the rumblings that we heard that he spoke to the staff because the staff hadn't spoken to anyone in charge in years. So maybe they have got some opinions from the staff what they could use to do better. But at the same time, it's like he's only attacking the foreign players. He's not going after any of the players who've just been earning money and have not been performing. So these are the things that bother me largely, Mick. Large part.
Yeah. So the top story here is basically Jim wants Casemiro and Varane out. He's looking to save about £350,000 per week for Casemiro, plus £340,000 per week for Varane, and that gives you a total, as reiterated. Casemiro, of course, he's got 2 years left on his contract, so of course they want to sort of try to sort of save those wages. I mean, that's about 60 odd million that you're saving. Varane, on the other hand, 1 year left on his contract. They said we will not extend on the current, contract. You can stay for 3 years, but on a lesser wage, which is fair enough. Then, if you look at the overall, earning, how people are earning, this is ridiculous, right? Let's bring that to the stage as well, guys. Let's go over what people are earning, and I just want to bring this to the stage. Let's go to the first scene here. So bear with us. Listen, this is the current situation. The top earners is number one, Carlos Casemiro, Rafael Varane, Marcus Rashford, Antony Martial, and Mason Mount. Jadon Sancho, as you can see, these are the top earners, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jadon Sancho, of course, they're trying to ship them off as well. Like, he's earning £250,000 per week, right? So I don't really know what the hell is going on with the Jadon Sancho, Borussia Dortmund. There was some embarrassing situation that came out that, listen, at the end of the day, Glazers were pissed off that they came out that they only wanted to do a deal, like a loan deal for what, 3 million. That's absolutely embarrassing, guys. Absolutely embarrassing. It's embarrassing. But Bruno Fernandes, who is one of the hardest working and the captain, is sitting on what, the 7th spot or the 8th spot on 240,000 a week. And I think this is a fair enough. Like, this is where the cap should be. Maximum 240, 200. You know, Anthony dos Santos. Anthony dos Santos, that hasn't performed jack shit the whole season, is earning 200. And this, Harry Maguire, 189. So, Mark, I think that at the end of the day, the wage cap bill should be on 200, right? And the rest should be in performance bonuses.
I'd cap the wages at 150, and give
150.
everybody different bonuses according to their performances, according to the type of player they are. Like have
Mm,
a caliber listing. Like, okay, this guy is projected to be a Ballon d'Or winner. Let's give him 150K plus maybe, let's say, another 100,000 in bonuses. This guy is set to be one of the best defenders of the league. Let's give him a 150K with like $70,000 in bonuses. This guy's supposed to
wow.
be a top striker, But then the young guys now coming in on their first contracts, I think we do an injustice to ourselves. Like, I don't even. I like Antony. I was excited to have him come from Ajax because I've seen him at Ajax for 2 seasons. I've seen him play for Brazil.
Yeah.
But coming in at 200K, I think that this was a disservice to Manchester United. I think he should have given a contract
Yeah.
for like, he was on what, 20, 30, 50, 30,000 at Ajax before. I would double his wages, carry him up to
Yeah.
like 75, 90K and call it a day until he performs well. You know what I mean? I think that's the biggest problem with United and the way they deal with giving out wages. Marcus Rashford, the 1 and 2, which is Varane and Casemiro, I think we could survive with renegotiating their contracts for lower wages if the need arises. I think even though they are aging, they have shown that they could perform very well. They are top
Mhm.
players in our squad, and their importance is not just only what they do on the pitch, it's what they do on the training field, because their presence gives a rise, or how would I say, a marker for the younger players to overcome and to base their
Yeah.
performances off a standard to be better than. So I
100%.
think
But I think like at the end of the day, like, when you look at it, it is basically to say we are closing down the shop. We're not going to compete for this season, and then you expect us to get top four, like, and it is basically setting the manager up for failure, guys. And a lot of people in the chats wrote number one, so you agree definitely. Reggie is here. Basically, let's go to the comment section, Mark. What are people commenting? Reggie say Mason Mount on top four, unbelievable. Yeah, it is unbelievable. And number seven, Ryan
unbelievable.
Chappell saying Ajax used to have the wage structure based on the age, years, and the club. Why not why don't we have something similar to that? I don't know. Big up Mick and Mark. Big up to you, Mark Davis, as well. Good morning to you, sir. How you doing? How you doing? Rashford is an English Timo Werner. I mean, Jesus Christ, Rashford, like, he's on 300K per week, right? Ian, this is mental and probably why we should survive last summer. Cheap and cheerful. What else are people saying here, Mark? Stephanie Griffith, if you don't play, you don't get I can't read now. I need more
If you
coffee.
don't play,
Keep
you
going.
get less pay. Simple. Totally
Mm,
understand what
totally
Stephanie is
understand.
saying. You know what I mean? Gihan Oates is coming in. We are paying Bruno so much for being petulant child. Wave his arms around like an idiot. Anthony should be on 90K. United know nothing about transfers or wages. It's killing the club. I disagree with the Bruno statement, but at the same time, I think Anthony should be on 90K. I think 200K is too much right now. I think he's what started off with too much of a salary. I think it's weird. Captain Caveman says, I agree with this approach. We all know the players that need to go. Looking at high wages and fringe players with injury prone players is what I would do first. Totally agree with what he's saying there, Captain Caveman.
100%.
And Pyramid Scheme is coming in. He's saying the piggy bank is closed.
Piggy bank is closed.
Yeah, I
Gee.
mean, like, I feel like it's a giant IOU at the end of the day with Sir Jim Ratcliffe. I feel like the club wasn't able to get any money borrowed from the banks. And then they
Yeah.
just went to Sir Jim, hey, could you lend us 350K million?
It
We'll,
is. It
we'll
is.
give
It
it back
feels
to
a
you in
bit.
stock shares. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. If it really feels like that, it's a monkey business, to be honest, right now. I mean, it feels like, hey, just give us a little bit of money. We can survive for the next year, and we give you a little bit of control, and that's about it. But, at the end of the day, we appoint a CEO. Everyone is going to make us more money on the commercial side. But I kind of feel that he's got 18 months or whatever that is. Ineos has got 18 months to actually optimize it and win something. Otherwise, they're out of the door. They're going to ping it on the right. Honestly, the deal with Jim
100%.
has been a big mistake. The problem will grow to 50% because the bulk lasers and Ineos have to come to benefit. And that's what we were talking about. I mean, that is, I've been having arguments as a Patriot Red, like, I don't see this and I want clarity. but I just simply don't see it from a financial perspective. Where is the money going to come from in the transfer market? So I think that the only money, the only chance, what they're doing right now, this is my opinion and this is my analysis, basically to get rid of a lot of players, to trim down that wage bill. And that's what we're seeing. Like, get rid of Martial, get rid of Varane, Casemiro. I mean, get rid of freaking Jesus Christ, Mason Mount as well. Get rid of Rashford if you're there. If you're gonna start to build a new squad, build from the scratch, right? Get rid of those players that not, there are toxic elements. Luke Shaw has been there for ages. Time to go. Aging squad, hopping around in one leg. Marcus Rashford had one mad season for just scored 30 goals. They gave him a mad contract. But what has Marcus Rashford done, right? Jadon Sancho totally disrespected the club, and Borussia Dortmund is taking the piss, giving us 2 million or whatever for a loan fee, and we have to pay half of the wages. I mean, who are these people making those deals? Are they totally inept, right? I can even put my nephew that's 5 years old to do these deals, right?
It's job for the boys, Mick. Has to be because for a strange thing, I'm thinking to myself, if I was hired at Manchester United, just knowing I'm working at Manchester United, do you think you could come and take a player from Manchester United and I have to pay his wages? It's like, where's the cojones in this negotiation team? But
Oh my god.
we blame Eric Ten Hag. We've been blaming managers for the last 10 years, and I think we should focus our attention on the negotiating staff, those in the back room who have failed us for the last decade, because
Yeah,
the way they approach transfers is ridiculous. The way they sell players is inept. The way they deal with players and players needing to go, they give players exorbitant wages for nothing. Like,
you know what? Yeah,
I'm one that dislikes Marcus Rashford. To be fair, I think he should have been gone like 2-3 years ago.
yeah.
But at the same time, I could understand where the hope comes that kills us. He's got all this ability. He's
Yeah.
homegrown, and every other season he starts off hot, and it gives you that impression that this season might be
Oh
the
no.
season. But it's been
Fair
9 years,
enough.
man.
Fair
It's been
enough,
9 years.
Mark. I mean, they should all given the middle finger. Just get out of here. Get out of this club. If you know, I think so. And that includes Jim Ratcliffe. If you think you're gonna, sell half of a squad to make us thinner, we are pretty much going to be like a depleted Arsenal, crumbling. What do we expect? What do you guys expect in the VR? You can all read this out. None of them knows. Merchant, what do you say? Merchant Marquet, Manchester United players need to put the red flag higher up. I mean, I believe so. But at the end of the day, it is kind of a rebuilding process. I know I should be more patient. Rome wasn't built in one day, but I'm not going to sit here kiss the Glazers in the ass. I'm not going to give them a free pass for what they've done to the club for 18 years, just for them to say, hey, by the way, we're going to give you a CEO, a sporting director, and a director of football. And by the way, speaking about FFP and wage bill, how can we afford to appoint those people? They're going to have money and salaries too. That's part of the overall FFP. Jean-Claude Blanc, of course, he's a CEO. He's going to have 200K a week or whatever. I don't know. Paul Mitchell, he's probably want to have money too. To get Dan Ashford out of Newcastle, you got to throw money on the table for him to come as well. People don't talk about that, but it's part of FFP. So where's that money come from? From Ineos 300K investment? Nah. To claim to be business people as well, 100% more. Anyway, that is my rant for the day. I'm just definitely think that Ten Hag is definitely being set up for failure, people. I think so. But I want to hear from you. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Is it big enough to the Glazers? Is it a big enough to this 25%? I certainly don't see it. And by the way, you still added watching the areas, but I don't know how many people are watching, but it's so important that you give the thumbs up, like this, subscribe to this video, because we are on a road for 25,000 subscribers. And your thumbs up matters. If you can do that favor, you only burn 1 calorie by doing so. It is free. It's free. Please, guys, pyramid scheme, what are you saying? The recruitment team and the scouting team are both culpable. Why don't I have? Why do we always have one option, one guy, one savior? There's so many talented players, but why routinely sign the dudes? Yeah, true. Arguably to say, No manager have ever been given the first target. They've been overruled by John Merton. I believe that John Merton is a Glazer simp, 100%. Like, he's doing that deliberately to sabotage the manager. Nothing will happen. You will see nothing will happen. And you will see panic buy at the last 24, 48 hours. I mean, they're going to throw some silly money to bring like aging Benzema or something that doesn't really make sense. Because if you have a Benzema, he want to play every single minute, and then you're going to stop the development for Rasmus Højlund. 100%. Nick Wolf, big up for you, man. Glazers will always have the last say. If they can't sell any player, they hold on the money for the club. Yeah, but listen, yesterday I was watching Sam Peoples and I was shaking my head. Like, I used to respect you, Sam, but, you be you, I be me. But, when you're sitting there celebrating to say you're happy with the Ineos 25%, that is up to you, mate. But you still did so fantastic job by calling the Glazers out, but then you come out to say that you're a little bit of a xenophobic, that you don't like state backed. And by the way, the 92 holding foundations were never state backed. So yeah, I was a little bit surprised to say that you're just happy because, hey, at least we are charging the football operations, but still the Glazers are still there, right? Are you happy that we are trimming the squad? Are you happy that it might take you 18, 5, 10 years to even win something? We are basically starting from the fresh, right? And you definitely, everyone is saying, oh, Brailsford is coming in. Yeah, we're getting like Jean-Paul Blanc. We are linked. We're definitely going to get, Paul Mitchell. We're definitely going to get like, what's his name, Ashford and stuff. But who said definitely? Have you seen them, be there? Have you seen this deal be ratified and approved as of yet? 100%. I'm so sorry to say that I do respect every content creator, and I had to give it to Mark Goldbridge the other day with his beautiful rant. Did you see that rant? He absolutely called it out what I did as well. Like, I've been singing this hymn shit for fucking 12 months, right? Same consistency. Glazes are full sail only. We're not going to flip flop here. But then I see my fellow content creators. It breaks my heart that they're just giving up, flip flopping, and just say, well, okay, 25%. It's okay. Right. It's fine. It's your opinion. But then you've been sitting and doing content to say Glazers are, Glazers are, Glazers are, Glazers are, and you get giddy for this 25% because you're giving up because, hey, it's called divide and conquer. Like, they're going to fool you while they're going to rob you dry again. So, I don't know. That's just my opinion, in my opinion alone, Mark. What do you reckon?
Yeah, and like David Sarr is saying, saving money for billionaire owners to take in dividends. Fans are getting
Yeah.
played. United make the most
Well
money in
played.
football.
Wake
They
up.
should pay the best wages. But the one thing I would add to that, David Sarr, is that as much as we should, and I agree, we definitely should pay the best wages, our players need to perform better. They need to show better, consistent performances every game day. Fans should not have to complain about a player looking like he's not up for a game. That should never happen at Manchester United
Yeah,
because
true
we
that.
pay
True
the
that.
highest wages,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Big up for the comment section. Big up David Saw for coming here as well. Ibis is saying, regardless of owners, I want a lot of players gone, including Casemiro and Varane. We need a younger, fresh player. See, I can agree to your comment there because that is kind of what we need to do. We need to start a new, fresh squad, and that comes from the academy and the brilliant academy players that we have. But what are they doing? They're trying to sort of give them out on loans. They're trying to ship them off. I mean, some people saying the season is bloody over, right? How are we going to get to top four? And they're setting KPIs that Ten Hag is going to get to the top four. If he doesn't, they're probably going to sack him, get rid of him. It's all set for failure, according to my opinion, right? So 100%, like, changes need to be placed. We need to sort of, outs is the biggest important thing for this club to move forward. Stop those silly wage bills. We saw the top 7-10 earners again, right? And I don't want to have this anymore. I just don't want to have this at the club. We need to trim that wage bill down to 200 minimum, or what some people were saying. Or was it people 150 with the KPIs bonus on top? Like, if you look at the top earners here, Carlos Casemiro, Varane, Marcus Rashford, Anthony, Mason Mount, Jadon Sancho, Bruno Fernandes, and Harry Maguire, Christian Eriksen. Christian Eriksen is 150. He's an aging player. Luke Shaw, though, is on 150. Lindelof, 120. Lisandro Martinez, one of our best players, is on 120k per week. That is amazing. Onana, 120k per week. Donny van de Beek is gone. Van Bissaka, 90. Diego Dalot, 85. Rasmus Højlund, 85. Tyrell Malacia, 80. So there you go. Down and down and down and down we go, man. So I don't know. What you guys saying? George Vukalic, Mick, I watched Ferguson Testimonial 99, made me cry watching these wonderful players. And now watching these slot glazes. 100%, guys. Mark, Jesus Christ, what's the VR room saying?
Academy and better scouting. Mark Davies is coming in. Which team will turn up for United tonight against Wigan? You know, it's one of the questions I've been asking myself as well. Campos
Yeah, we're
Wolf
gonna
is
talk
coming
about the
in.
end of the show. Let's park that
We
in the show. Big
spent
up to everyone.
almost 60 million on 2 goalkeepers and let Kovar go for absolute peanuts. But the
Yeah,
only thing I would argue, Campos, is Kovar asked to leave the club. You know what I mean? So it was one of those things before Eric Ten Hag came back. Kovar asked and he applied to leave because he was getting whatever promises he was getting at Red Star Belgrade. So it was one of those things. Marrakech is coming in. Eric Ten Hag needs to talk with Garnacho. The way he is playing, I don't think he wants to play for the club. He is a very good striker, but he needs more improvement. Totally agree with you there. He needs to pass the ball a little more when he gets into attacking positions. Nick Wolf is saying they sell our young players because they are the only ones clubs value and have a value. And I would agree with
yeah,
that, but at the same time, I would also say to that comment, for some of the youths, we can't keep them all in the squad. And the best ones should stay in our squad. But the ones who aren't good enough, I think they should be sold as well. GB is coming in. Woodward and Murtaugh gave out the crazy wages. We can see that this is now changing. And I agree with
yeah.
that
I
comment.
mean, this is rectifying for something that the clown's been doing. Woodward, Murtaugh, what was the other name? The Matt Judge and all of them, right? They're basically,
Yeah,
the famous quote. We can do anything. We can do everything in the market when nobody else can. Bam! That was the Glazenomics tax straight away, right? United have.
exactly. I see EBZ is coming in here. I would make no signings unless we sort out recruitment side. I don't trust Eric Ten Hag, but I would say to IBZ that comment is kind of false to make because Eric Ten Hag doesn't sign the players. The
He
players,
doesn't sign the
the players are
players.
signed by the negotiation staff. Matt Hargraves,
Yeah,
John Murtaugh, Richard
that's
Arnold, the
true.
backroom staff. What Eric Ten
They're
Hag does
vetoing
is
it.
he selects a player as the
He
main
selects the player.
option, and he
Yeah,
gives them it on a list, and then they
yeah.
come back and give him an option, which one you can
Yeah,
have from
it's
the
like you're
one
going to
who's
the
available.
restaurant. You're ordering, like, you're giving a la carte menu, and you say, "I want this first. I want that first," and you give it to the waiter, which is Murtaugh, and Murtaugh takes it to Joel Glazer for approval. Mart Hargreaves is the chef, trying to cook things up, negotiate, and that's it. At the end of the day, what comes out is not what you ordered, right? So it's like Manchester United. We used to be like, dining in a 5-star Michelin. 5-star
You know what
Michelin
it's
chef.
like, Mick?
We used to
You know what it's
we
like
used to
for me?
dine at the 5-star Michelin, ordering the chef's recommendation, and now we're bloody going to McDonald's, ordering like a supersized Big Mac and getting a fucking Happy Meal with a toy delivered, with Ronald
Well,
McDonald delivered, and say, "Eric, are you happy?" Of course, I'm not bloody happy. I asked for supersized. I used to dine in a 5-star Michelin. What the hell is this? Used to have Gordon Ramsay servicing me. What am I having now? Ronald McDonald servicing me. I'm
is
sorry.
I was gonna say, Mick, we went from 5-star to fast food, but we didn't even stop at KFC or McDonald's. We went to XFC and Ronald McRonald's. We
Yeah,
went to
or
the
even
toppy
Tesco
of the.
food court market. Come on, man. Jesus Christ. What is going on with this club? I'm so sorry. I love this club. I fell out of love with this team. I fell out of love with what's going on at the process, but we still love the club and we want what's best for the club. So I cannot see it. I cannot see us competing this season. Is it us closing the shop, park the car in the garage over the winter, and just play with what you got, right? I mean, are we going to go down to the 10th or 8th? I mean, I'm trying to be positive. I've always been positive, but I'm a realist. I see this happening right in front of my eyes. Like 35 likes. Come on, guys. Smash those like buttons up, please. We are slaving here in the kitchen. The thumbs up, right? It looks like that. That's a thumb. Let's do it again. That's a thumb. That's an exercise. Get this blood circulation flowing. If you just woken up, a little bit of an exercise, give it this thumbs up. Yeah, here we go. Thumbs. That's it. Thumbs.
You
Thumbs.
know,
Yeah, big
Stephanie
up.
is coming in. She's saying, if you gave players a 1 million bonus for finishing in top 4 and winning or winning a cup, would this make players more hungry? Probably not, because top earners make that in a month. No ambition or pride.
Yeah. Listen, big up Stephanie, agree. Nick Wolfe said agree. Big up to VR Room. We have a beautiful, fantastic morning show and community for guy. Mickey, why these names play? I can't read this. I'm too
Mickey,
dyslexic.
without these big name players, United won't sell enough merchandise. I don't think that's true. It's not the players, it's the board and the jobs for their friends. I think it's the players because, like I say, Manchester United has one of the biggest clubs worldwide. From the moment you become a Manchester United player, you become one of the best
Wow.
players in the world. Well, by
Yeah,
name, may not
by
be by
name.
performance.
By name.
You know,
Man,
so
why the hell? Why the hell did you think we signed Mason Mount and gave him the number 7 shirt? That is not a Ten Hag signing. That is a club shirt wanking signing, right? Because Mason Mount is a poster boy. Girls love him. They will go a wet dream, like, and they're selling the shirts. But fucking hell, he hasn't played one single game almost. Like, where is he? Where is our Mason Mount? We
exactly.
paid
It's
big
an
money. He's been injured. How many times has he featured? I can't even remember. Do you?
7 games, I believe, so far. But
7 games. What
you
a
know,
return on investment. Bravo.
bravo,
Sorry
man.
for being
Like,
critical.
yeah,
Do you
it's
reckon he's
really
going to cook? Do you reckon he's going to show some potential for the rest of the season? I don't know.
Hey, Mick, I don't want to talk about Mason Mount really because he's one of those players, in my opinion, that I would say he was surplus to requirements and we still purchased him. In my opinion, I
Yeah.
think we have a better talented young midfielder in Dan Gore Jr. than Mason Mount. I think Mason Mount is good, but I think he's not good enough for Manchester United. That's just my honest opinion. And the fact that we gave him the number 7 is a disgrace to the number 7 era and that we had at
Yeah, all
United
right.
for the last
It is
history.
a debate. Guess what? Everyone that watched Liverpool yesterday, Kai Havertz. Kai bloody Havertz. He cannot even shoot straight. And that is the simple with Timo Werner as well. This is the simple with Mason Mount. They need. I mean, I don't know what they've done in Chelsea. They need to. They were off calibrating. They need to be recalibrated, readjusted, rebooted to factory settings. And we got all the. I mean, Chelsea did a madness. They did the clever thing. They got rid of all the players that they knew was not good enough for them. And guess who? We bought him. We fell for it. We got a Mason Mount in. What? We paid big money, gave him the number 7 shirt. Has he appeared anything? Has he done anything? Has he scored anything? No. He's a good presser. I know. But then you look at Kai Havertz yesterday. Oh my God. He cost the Liverpool. He cost Arsenal the game. How many chances did he miss? Jesus Christ. Even Darwin 2-foot noodles can shoot better, right? And then you're talking about Timo Werner that we were linked to that went to Spurs. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. We need better. 100% we deserve better. Go and get rid of the we off you. Yeah. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm on the rant. I'm just need more coffee, guys. We're gonna move on to the next story as well, guys. And the next story, top story of today is 100% Antony Martial Fenerbahçe 11 million bid. What is going on there? What is going on there? Is it too good to be true? Is it true? Have United ever been in for it? Have they ever been in conversation? According to reports, they haven't, Mark. According to the reports, it's been debunked that this is paper talk, but the clubs have not even been in conversations. This came out from Manchester Evening Standards yesterday that no reports have been contact between the clubs regarding the Frenchman itself, right? And here we are sitting here on the twiddly-do at the moment. Still clown is in charge. John Murtaugh, sitting there on his fingers, clueless. Okay, they have a deal between Ineos. You cannot hire or fire, without our consent. It's like a prenup agreement, right? Until we are fully the custodians, right? So that's kind of a deadlock, right? But according to Manchester Evening News, what they're saying is that they haven't really even started. There's just paper talk, right? So what the hell is going on? Saudi Arabia has pulled out. All the interest was pulled out. He was like Chelsea was interested in him in the summer. There was a lot of clubs interested, but we were sitting on his ass. His wages are 250K a week. What are they trying to do, right? I spoke to Graham Bailey the other day to say we will not sign any additional striker if we don't get rid of Antony Martial. And that is the tight line. That is tighter than a camel's ass in a sandstorm. That is how tight our finances are. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm on a tangent. I'm absolutely affected. Guys, what you are so that is the debunk of the story today. So everything that came out that Fenerbahce made a bid for 7 billion, 8 7 million, 8 billion, it's all BS. it's all BS. Nothing has ever happened, right? I made some calls as well, and it's true. It's confirmed, right? Spoke to my agent buddies and stuff like that, and they say, no, we haven't heard anything. There is some interest, but most of the paper talk, but they haven't even been in touch with each other.
I 100% agree with that statement. Like, I feel like it's a no-brainer. We get offered 7 million for Antony Martial. You don't even think about that. You just take the money. Like, yeah, one time today. You want him today? Bye-bye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But just get him out the club. I will personally drive into Schiphol Airport or whatever the airport in and just get him out. Like, this is, according to my opinion, guys, one of our top earners, top 5 earners that's sitting on 250K a week mark. That is definitely a must do. And Jadon Sancho is sitting there like, tight in the top 5 as well. So there's 2 players that you cannot do a freaking deal. John Murta and all of them. I'm so sick and tired of this. Just do it right now. Get rid of them, right? Rip off his contract. Send him off, right? Because he's going to offer nothing. On the other hand, Mark, if he sits through his contract, he can go as a free agent and get signing bonus, right? Or a signing boner. I'm sorry.
Guys, I agree with Compo Smurf. He's coming in here. We could have had 120 million for Maguire, McTominay, and Jadon Sancho last summer.
Guess who said no? No? John Murta. John Murta said no, together with Joe.
I mean, we could have had 90 million for Marcus Rashford in 21-22 in August from PSG, and guess who said no? John Murta.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, these guys are saboteurs. 100% these guys are saboteurs. I mean, it's clear and obviously, like, wake up, smell the coffee. John Murta is a fake director of football with clueless, no knowledge whatsoever, right? He's about being appointed. He reports into Joel Glazer. So basically, they are failing the fucking manager, according to my opinion, right? They're failing the manager. They're not even giving him the target. Say, hey, by the way, here's a credit card. Go shop a little bit. Woof, woof. No way. No way. God damn it.
I see Yali's coming in saying United is linked to Andreas Christensen. Who is that? Andreas Christensen is a defender from Real Madrid. He also played at, if I'm not mistaken, I think he played at Chelsea. As well.
Yeah, he did. Chelsea.
I think he's Chelsea. He's a very good defender in the centre back.
Yeah, but they say same thing being linked to Dybala and all these old dinosaurs. Come on, we've been there before, right?
100%.
Manchester United, 100% needs to dine at the 5-star Michelin. That's what we demand. We have high standards, right? But what the hell is going on here? Why can't we just offload these players? Why? They're too high wages. And that's why they're trying to sort of get him mugged by Borussia Dortmund. They're not mugs. They are smart businessmen. They're coming to say, we give you 2 million, 2.5 million. We're thinking about it. And you have to pay the salary, half the salary. I mean, come on. Are we that desperate? Right? What are we doing on the market? I can do a better deal. I would say, no way. You pay. We paid you 75 million. Now you're trying to mug us off. No, you pay us 5 million loan fee. You pay us full wages. Off you go. Because you guys have money. No, we don't have money. You do have the money.
I could do magic compared to Matt Hargreaves at Manchester United. Mick. I'm pretty sure Matt Hargreaves get 400 million and waste it. I would take that 400 million and make it into magic. I telling you, Mick, he don't know how to talk, to deal, to negotiate. He don't know how to shake hands in a certain way to get his way. You know what I mean? I feel like their only way and resource to negotiation is, okay, let's throw money at it. And the wrong figures. You know what I mean? This needs to change.
Proof is in the pudding, Mark. Look, you saw in the summer how idiotically we sold our kids for peanuts. Hardly getting 1 million for them for peanuts. And then you see Chelsea getting. Then you see Chelsea buying the academy player from City, Cole Palmer, for 40 million, who hasn't even kicked one senior appearance goal in the Premier League.
Exactly.
And we can't even do that. That tells you what kind of a numpties are sitting there doing, and they need to go ASAP, right? ASAP.
Exactly.
So, sorry, Jim Ratcliffe, you think you can do something, but at the end of the day, who sits there right here, right now, is the same freaking clowns.
The same numpties.
Fact.
The same numpties, Mick.
And they're going to throw the manager under the bus, as per usual. It is the same wash, repeat, rinse, repeat story.
Exactly.
I don't believe anything that comes out.
And I see Amad Diallo is slamming Center Devils. He's been getting slammed recently by a lot of the United team. If no one noticed, it's not Amad alone. He's got slammed by Varane. He's got slammed by Scott McTominay earlier this season.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but he came out to say, "Stop lying, mate. Stop lying, mate," because they were saying that he's on a loan deal, and then he came out and retweeted to say, "Ain't true. Stop lying."
Yeah,
There were
because
stories
I
to
was
come out that.
speaking.
Mm,
I was
there was
speaking
story
to
come out
one
from
of my
Sky and
friends.
Centre Devils to come out to say that Amadial is going on a loan, and he just came out to say, "Bullshit. Stop spreading lies." I like that. I
Exactly.
like that. I like that.
Imagine.
Sit down, Sky News. Sit down, all the gash papers. At the end of the day, you're just here to create sensational stories. Not true.
100%. And I was one of
They,
those fans that thought Ahmad might have gone out on loan. But with his injury taking so long and the performance we've seen that he came on with 30 minutes and shown last 2 weeks ago, I think Ahmad will stay. And I've been saying that to everyone. I think Ahmad is going to stay. I think he's even
yeah, yeah, yeah.
8:15.
Yeah, I think he will start. He's in the squad. He's definitely in the squad. But guys, I really appreciate that. Amad Diallo is one of my. We bought him for 35 million from Atalanta. Like, he's one of the talents. Like, it's all fake news. Stop the lies, basically. And he called that out. He called the press out to say, "Look, you know what? Shut up," basically. And that's it. So he's there to cook. He's there to cook, guys. So that is the bonus story of today. It's not really the bonus story, but it's Amadiallo slams the
Yeah.
press fake news.
I think
And
that's good information. I
yeah,
think it's good to know. I think it's positive for United that Ahmad is getting a chance to go through a 6-month period where he's going to get game time. I think it's finally his time. You know what I mean? You never know what could happen. And no one should be mad that Antony is not in form. I mean, we have 6 wingers for a reason. If one's not in form, we swap him out. And
yeah,
it's not one of those things that it makes is because he's rubbish. He's a talented player. He's just not in form. We have other
yeah.
players who can take his position, and that's the best thing
Oh,
about a squad. Anyone
he's
who comes
magical.
in should be able to perform well.
Guys, do you reckon he's magical? I think.
I
I
think
think he's.
I think Ahmad has learned what he needs to do. You know what I mean? He has all the talent and ability in the world. Most of the United players actually do have this, but it's a
Mm,
application on the day.
mm.
When you need to be best, you need to be better. So it's one of those things where I'm giving him all the chances. I want to see him display himself. I want to see him
Okay,
express himself and be
okay.
himself.
That's what we are. Beat the press. We are calling out the press, and we got to beat the press. We got to ask VR room a question as well. Unfortunately, I cannot make a poll right now, but we can make an internal poll within the discussion. There's 75 of you, 78, 80 watching right now. Please give us a thumbs up right now. Please press that like button. Please do that exercise with it. 1, 2, like. We really appreciate your likes more than the views, actually. But we're glad that you're tuning in. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please welcome. We provide you very, very different content with an engagement content as well. I want to ask you guys a question. Now, listen to me carefully. I will only ask you once. We've seen that the Manchester United want to loan out or sell Pelistri, right? We also seen that Manchester United wants to sell or loan out Hannibal Mejbri. But do you think that Ten Hag really, really banks on Amad Diallo to be there as the number 2 or number 1 in front of Anthony Dos Santos? Smash a 1 in the comment if you think Ten Hag is looking to play Amad Diallo more in front of Anthony. Or number 2, do you think it's a mistake to let Pelistri go? I mean, that's a weird one. But anyway, morning, folks, to you. Charlie, how you going? Charlie. Mark, do you think that 100% that Amad Diallo is part of Eric Ten Hag's plan? He was gutted when he was injured in the preseason.
Yeah, it's one of those things where
What does it mean?
Kobe Mainu, when I saw Kobe Mainu's performances over the summer, I saw the amount of times he was used every single preseason game up until the game he was injured. He was used, playing the most minutes, even up till while he was injured. So it's one of those things where you can see the writing is in the wall, is on the wall. There are some players, some young players like Alvaro Fernandez, who the manager used quite a lot in preseason. And, a lot of people might say, well, it's preseason, but this is a time when youngsters get their chances in preseason. It's usually mostly preseason. And what happens during the season is that they get rewarded for the chances that they've taken during preseason by getting chances in the actual league. So, yeah, I think Ahmad is going to be used more. I think we've seen that if a player performs well, he will start them regardless. Of course, he's going to have his favoritism for Antony, but what manager that buys a player will not have said favoritism for that player, in my opinion? It's natural.
Conscious about time, Mark. Conscious about time. We can talk forever and ever. We go with the poll. Nick Wool saying 2. He thinks that Pelestri should stay. I like Pelestri, but at the end of the day, we are broke. We need to trim the squad. Red J says 2 as well. I agree with you guys. Yalaman saying 1. What you're saying, Madhouse is saying 1. And then we have free hands because somebody's driving this Ferrari. I think it's the Glazers at the wheels at the moment. No, I'm just joking. Mark Davis is saying 1. Producer Mark is saying no. No, actually, Joe Special is saying no, 100%. What else is he saying here, guys? Talk to us. 1, Thomas Svegenes from Gothenburg, Sweden. How you doing, mate? So basically agree, Amad Dialo or Ekrit. I can't read that. Anyway, there's a Russian, Chirlitsa. No, I can speak the language, but I can't read it. Eric Ten Hag doesn't trust the youth, apparently. Pelestri must stay. Sell Antony ASAP. 100% agree with you. The judge and jury is out for me. He's too lightweight for this league. Hannibal can go. Nothing in him. Perhaps he needs to develop, right? That's the thing. Sometimes you have to be ruthless as a club as well. But Alvaro Fernandez, bring him back. Yeah.
Amazing player.
We cannot sell him for 7 million to Benfica. And Benfica, at the end of the day, Rui Costa will flog him up for minimum 100. They're stupid. So stupid, right? We should do that. We bring in those cheap players. It's low risk. And if it doesn't, capitalize, you sell them off. That's simple as that. Like, there's low risk, right? We want Ahmad to do a madness, 100%. Ahmad has got talent, and I want to see that as well. Big up to you guys.
100%.
Right. So, great discussion regarding Amad Dialo. Will he feature in today's match? I think he will be. David Saw, what you're saying? I want Ten Hag on because he's got no standards like Ole. I'd rather keep it job than looking out for the best interest of his career. If the club is not going what you want, you walking like the wolves. Yeah, true that, David. Everyone has their opinion, but at the end of the day, I think we will see at the end of the summer. He's been giving a thin squad to work with an expectation to make top 4. If we don't make top 4, I think he will be gone, Mark. I think he will be gone.
Possibly. I don't think there's much wrong with this.
Because
with him.
It's sad. I mean, it's sad, Mark, because
Yeah.
you see that he's not being given the tools, right? They're pulling the rug under his feet, basically. Say,
Exactly.
Here you go.
They have
Sink
been
or swim.
since the first season, in my opinion.
And to play with these cash players that they cannot be trusted.
Exactly. I think from the first season, fans should pay attention to the fact that the team the Glazers did not allow players like Marcus Rashford to be sold. They did not allow players like Luke Shaw to be sold. Even Bruno Fernandes. These are the things that galvanize teams. These are the things that change the ethos in a football club. We need to sell these popular big name players who've been at the team because let's be real, Marcus Rashford ain't never going to be a Ballon d'Or winner. He's never going to win us a Premier League. He's not that good. Bruno might be, but if we have to sell him as well to change the ethos, sell them all. You know what I mean? People act like these players are going to suddenly turn into prime Messi or Ronaldo or something when they've been here for more than 9 years, almost like Harry Kane. They ain't never won nothing. You know what I mean? People say Harry Kane is world class. He ain't won nothing. In football, if you don't win something, you ain't nothing. You're just playing the game. And that's the be-all and end-all of sport. It's not about if you look good playing. It's about how effective you are. What's your output? Manchester United wants to win things. We need players who win things, not look like they may win things, in my opinion.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. For the last time, I will please, I keep saying that as frequently like a broken record, but please, guys, it's all about liking and subscribe. It's all about liking, subscribing. It's all about liking and subscribing at the end of the day, because we been struggling at the moment. YouTube algorithm keeps changing all the time, and they all go by competition, how many likes you got at the moment. So if we can get about 100 likes on this video, I really would really thank you from the bottom of my heart, because we do a lot of work, a lot of research goes into here, and we love sitting and talking to you. So there's 70 of you right now in live chat watching. And if everyone can do that right now, or if you're watching in retrospective, don't forget, because I know sometimes I forget too, right? But that's what we keep reminding. What was the comment, by the way, Mark?
Oh, I would get rid of 70% of the first team squad. That's what Andy Moore is saying, and I 100% agree with him.
Optimization. Yeah.
Yeah.
But change management, like, it happens with new fresh management, new establishment come on board, and you want to sort of employ people that will follow your ethos and your employment branding culture, and that's it, like, but it takes time. It ain't gonna happen over one night. It's gonna take minimum 18 months, right? And I feel that they might have done this investment. They want to win fast, but with Brailswell there to say 1% marginal improvements, I don't know.
100%. And it's like what GB is saying here. Patrick Ewing was a world-class basketball player, but he played for a shitty New York Knicks team. You know what I mean? And when you're that good and you play with a team, that you can't always lift the players around you, and it goes for any top player in the world. Look at Messi, right? People say Messi's the greatest player in the world. He has never been the greatest player in the world in any football team other than in Barcelona and Argentina. It's one of those things. There's sometimes you're the greatest with a system, and you can be great without one.
So cover the bonus story about Hannibal Mejbri, a permanent loan, or Sevilla or Everton. What is going to be, Mark? What is the latest? What have you heard?
I've heard that
Everton
Hannibal Mejbri was due to be in Sevilla today.
Sevilla.
But it was paused because, as we all know, Everton came in hot trying to get him in on a loan. I mean, from two perspectives, I would say this. If you want Hannibal Mejbri back to United as a player, I think Everton loan is going to be the better loan, because then he stays in the league and he gets to play Premier League football. So he gets himself ready. If you don't mind Hannibal Mejbri being sold, I think sending him to Sevilla is best, because then Sevilla has Champions League football. If they got knocked out, then, they still are going to have Europa League. And then there's going to be things where they play a lot of games in Spain. They still have the Spanish Cup as well to play in. I think we sell him to Sevilla would be the best choice. In my honest opinion, I don't think Hannibal Mejbri is a Manchester United quality player. I think he's decent. I think there's better. I think Dan Gore is much better than he is. So I would sell him, in all honesty. I don't know how anyone else might feel, but if you want to keep him, then it's
okay, guys in the community. Please, let's do another virtual poll. Smash a 1 if you will sell Mejbri, or 2 if to keep. I want to hear from you right now before we close the shop as well, because we're going to talk a little bit about tonight's game as well before we close the shop. So please do a 1 to sell Hannibal Mejbri, or 2 to keep him. I'm conflicted. I think that if we want to loan him out, to play in the Premier League is great, but from a player's perspective, you always look at players, what players wants. Of course, he wants to be in the Sun, Sevilla, play Champions League. It's not a bad team, right? So I personally will then sell him to Sevilla, right? But
100%.
Depends on if the money is right. I don't think he should go for minimum. He should go for minimum 25 million euros, minimum, right? Or even 40.
As much as I don't like him, I would still sell him for a minimum 50 million. That's just me. I think he has more ability. I think he's as good as James Garner, if not a little bit better. I think he offers a little bit more. So I would try. Like, I think James Garner being sold for what he was sold for was ridiculous. I think he deserved to be sold for at least. I think we should not sell any Manchester United player for less than 15 or 20 million. Any youngster. It doesn't matter if they're defender, goalkeeper. I think 15 million should be our base when you're coming to negotiate for our players from our academy. That's just my honest opinion.
Yeah, but that's my honest opinion as well, guys. I think definitely we should sell for minimum 40 million. Like, if you see like Cole Palmer that went from the academy of City, they sold him to Chelsea for 40 million. Like, and then Manchester United simply has to improve the selling skill. We have been such a great buying club, but such a shit of selling. And then we're selling, we're slapping on the high wages. Now, I agree what Ineos is trying to do. I agree if we summarize to sort of trim that wage bill down, make it lean machine, maximum wage bill of 200k, put some performance bonus on top. If you score XY goals, you will achieve extra 50,000 XYZ. That is just my opinion, but I want to hear from you guys as well. If you're watching this video, leave a comment in the comment section below, because we're going to talk about little bit about this game tonight, Mark. So, what is the comment section saying? 1, 2, Stephanie Griffith and Hannibal doesn't get the game time. He's on loan. Keep him. First team squad, better than McTominay. Compost then, Hannibal for 25 million. What you are saying, Compost? George Vukovic just became a member. Whoa, George Vukovic just
Big
became
up
a member.
George
Big up
Vukovic.
George
Welcome to
Vukovic.
the MUFC Realist family, bro.
Bravo. Thank you for supporting the channel, my friend. I'm sorry if I missed it, but big up George Vukovic, and you deserve an applause. Thank you.
Soundboard, Mickey.
Oh yeah, I got some. I got doorbells
Ding dong.
and drum roll.
Nice.
Yeah. I got a lot of things, guys. This is the new studio that we're working on. We are getting used to it, guys. So definitely, this is my solo layout. Then I go here. I can sort of say to Mark, "No, Mark, I don't want you here," and you can have some smiling emojis and that. Then and we can bring Mark back to the stage again. So that's pretty cool. Nobody has it. Only me. MUC Realist TV, guys. Andrew Moore, what are you doing? Have you watched the Diary of CEO with Sir Dave? Very, very interesting. Yes, I have. Have you, Mark?
I have, and I think his ideology on that minor, little improvements that bring little bit gains. It's like
Marginal
just
gains.
the little
I think.
bits.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically say like, oh yeah, if I come to you, how many beers per week do you drink, Mark? I'm
Like
going to be
about
your
two,
personal trainer, right, in the
about
gym.
2 or 3.
Yeah, and then say, okay, go down to 2 a week. Do it for 4 weeks. Come back to me and tell me how you feel. How did you feel? Oh, much better. Okay, reduce to another, shave off 1 beer, and that's how it goes. It works well in individual sport as well as a team, but when in that principle is all about having everyone accountable for each other as a team collective. So it's an interesting theory. I like it, but has it been proven in football? We started to see that Nice a little bit, right? But he's not a guy that you will mess around with. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He sees it like very, very, very eagle eye, right? He needs the time to improve and keep increase his value. See that you don't like Hannibal. I don't like Bruno. I will sell him for 80 million. Guys, at the end of the day, I don't even know if half the squad will be here next summer. I don't know the
Exactly.
way they're going, right?
At the end of the day, I'm a Man United fan, and I'll be honest with you. I might like a player, but if he's sold tomorrow, bro, I move on. I'm not even arguing about it. You know what I mean?
I think we are getting manscaped. I think definitely we're going to get manscaped. You know that product. Trim the yard, trim the bush to make the yard look bigger, and that's what I think. And at the end of the day, guys, we have to talk about the game tonight. The game a little bit. Team fresh
Yeah,
injuries. What
Wigan.
have you heard? Hannibal will
Um,
play.
I think we're gonna start the same team from the last game against Nottingham Forest, despite what fans might think about that performance. The only difference I think we might see Ahmad come into to the right wing position to start, and we might see Rashford take the bench, as we all know that Højlund is fit and available. He was ill versus Nottingham Forest, so he didn't play, but he's fit right now. So maybe we see Hannibal, we see Højlund come back into the starting lineup, and we
Yeah,
see
Bayinder has to
Ahmad
start.
for
What Flex
Antony.
Flex is saying here, Bayinder has to start. What is going on with this Onana? It's like
Yeah,
Onana. He's like he's afraid to leave the house because he thinks his girlfriend's gonna cheat on him. So therefore he's staying.
exactly my point. It looks weak. And okay, and this is one of the things. Well, I will question Eric Ten Hag, even though I'm Eric Ten Hag in, and I will question as well. I will question Onana, because I'm like, you're showing a cowardly vibe. You know what I mean? Manage both manager and player. Like, well, like you came out of retirement to go play for Cameroon. Go to AFCON already. Everyone else has gone to AFCON. Salah has gone to AFCON. Give yourself a break. Maybe you need a break from Manchester United to find yourself. You know what I mean? And the manager should have just let him go, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But at the end of
First
the
of all,
day,
I just started a poll, a quick one. Sell or keep Hannibal Mejbri, a little bit behind, but guys, I just posted the post here now. And on top of that, you also have in a QA a retweet for this stream as well. If you have Twitter, please give us a retweet, share this video, as many as you can. Big up to all of you for supporting this channel as well. So we are currently running this poll, and we will close it off. And let's talk about this game tonight a little bit, quickly. We should smash them, right? We should smash them.
Yeah,
Wigan.
I think we should have a
17th
very
in
good
League
game.
One. What is sitting? League One, right? Division One.
Yeah, League
17th.
One. Yeah, they're not doing too bad this season. They're sitting a few points off relegation. They have been in sort of decent form. Like I say, they won their last 5 games, but before that, they were even more inconsistent than Manchester United were. So it's one of those things where you can say, yeah, maybe they're going to perform well. Maybe they might do something, but I think Manchester United are going to steamroll them tonight. I just think it's one of those things.
What's Charlie saying? Casemiro is out tonight. Will he start? I mean,
Casemiro is available, but I
wouldn't rush him.
Look out for him maybe to come on as a cameo against Spurs, because we already know Ten Hag system. When a player comes back from injury, it usually takes them 2 or 3 games on the bench to get into the starting lineup.
Right.
It's really rare that the player comes back from injury and starts the next game.
Casemiro, Dialo, Kobe Mainoo available. Yes, they are. But Casemiro probably will be on the bench. I think Martinez
might see a Yucky McTominay.
We'll see a Yucky McTominay play, But still, it's just winning. But don't be complacent. Don't go there because they will play us like it's a cup final. Manchester United rolling into town, well, it's like the celebrities, like Rolling Stones running in and playing a concert in your local village. You know what I mean? Anyway, and don't get Enki Don's flashback when we lost 4-0. Yeah, 100%. So keep that in mind. MK Dons, we lost 4-0. Casimiro and Martin is still away off. I think what you're saying is just come out that Casimiro and Martin is out until February. Oh my God. True.
Well, it's maybe not that they're out. I read the article, what you're saying, but the article states that they are not going to be fit enough. They're not going to be match fit for another few weeks. So it's basically the article was saying Casemiro and Martinez may not be available for another few weeks, is what Erik Ten Hag says. And it's basically him saying, well, they are in first team training, but we need to see them train and test their fitness over the next few weeks to see if they're ready to play games. So I think they're not injured, but you're not coming back from injury. You're gonna have to train to get yourself back up to that match fitness. So it's one.
I mean, I wouldn't rush them in. So definitely February is a good time for them to recover, to train more, to get more fitness in. I wouldn't rush them in. They are so vital, important for Ten Hag. But I understand Licha specifically, Casemiro as well. God, I miss him. I miss those 2 players, man. I really do. Right. And 53 likes. 53 likes. If you miss Casemiro and
smash Licha, that like button.
Smash that like button right now, right here, right now.
And guys, it's so bad. We only have 1 Premier League game, and that's the game against Spurs this month. So, if they're not available, if we can somehow win against Spurs, then we're going to win against Spurs without Casemiro and Martinez. And the next game, we're going to have them back and available. So,
yeah. Thank you for 5 people that just subscribed to the channel. I can see the live count. Thank you so much. And thank you for giving the likes as well. Thank you. Yeah, true. Spurs game, that's going to be interesting. We're playing Spurs at home. I definitely think we're going to fry some Spurs there. The guys needs to be up for it. We only can kick up the season. We only can look forward. It is time, guys. Show us what you got. Show us what you got. Show us that you love the fans back. Because if you don't, we don't love you back. Simple as that. You betrayed us before, right? You down tool before. We just want us to be enjoying for the rest of the season. Otherwise, we're going to be so depressed, right? We're going to be very, very depressed. Normal United win, what Madhouse is saying, then they lose. Yeah, it is like that. Win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. Spurs will have Son. That's true.
Neither Sa, neither Basuma as well.
So we will do a preview later on for that one. Glazes out. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for contributing. I think we go well over time. I just want to give a massive shout out for whoever, George Vukovic for becoming a member. A massive shout out for everyone that's in this chat. David Saw, MUFC Charlie, Stephanie Griffith for moderating, keeping the thumbs up, keeping the spirit. Jolly Malmin, the usual suspect, Compost Smurf, Lucky Singh is here. Flex. Who else do we have here? Emmanuel, we have here as well. Pyramid Stream as well. Sorry if we were not able to sort of read out all of you. Gihan Oates, Thomas Fejenes all the way from Sweden, and everyone that's tuning in. Besties here, and who else did I miss out? I didn't want to sort of Elmac as well. I can see Elmac as well. We have no Jarvis in the corner here. He's probably working hard, but you will see Jarvis later on, guys. You will see Jarvis because later on tonight we are doing the watch along. Of course, it's the FA Cup. It's going to be on Football Power Hours co-stream on my channel as well. You probably see Mark jumping in there as well. And afterwards, as per usual, win, lose, draw, or we say on this channel, win, lose, show. We will be there for the match reaction show as well. And we're going to do the player rating, hopefully with a new website and a new poll that we are setting up, guys. So big up for you. Andrew Moore, we're coming in realistically with the final comment. We should be using Kobe, Dan Gore in the midfield. I hope we see Kobe. I hope we see some Dan Gore as well tonight. And Willie Kamwala. I said it correct. Willie Kamwala. Kamwala. I usually say Chuawamba. I don't know. I get knocked down, but I get up again in defense.
You're going to be saying Chuawamba a lot going forward in the future anyway, because I think that youngster is going to be one of the fixtures in our United team going forward. I think I like his potential. I like his mentality. The same with Kobe and Dan Gore Jr. A lot of people don't know, but I look at the youths every week religiously. I watch their games, and I would just say this bit. Dan Gore looks like Kobe Mainoo's twin when they play together in midfield. So you never know what could happen when he starts playing in midfield. So.
Oh, wow. Anyway, so thank you so much, Mark. Thank you for contributing, and I just want to give you a massive shout out, all the love and hearts from our beautiful, beautiful community. You are amazing. Thank you so much. You always will give you all our hearts, all our love, and that's about it, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you, Mark, as well for coming to the show and making it interesting. It's been a fantastic morning for a Monday. I hope you don't have any Monday blues, and we're looking giddy for watching some football tonight, guys. Anyway, please don't forget to smash that like and subscribe. For everyone that did, we shouted it out. Big up for Mark for producing. What would I do without you, Mark? And please stay beautiful to each other. Until next time, guys. That's all for us, folk. See you in the next video. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.
That's all, folks.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.